And then they put it right over top of the palm of his hand, and then they start pounding it in there. And as they pounded into the palm of his hand, every time it hit, he would just wince. He'd up. But then I saw the hardest part. I saw what happened on the day of the crucifixion. I watched how they tortured him. They beat him with a cat of nine tails. And when they whipped him with that, he said, rip his flesh. Because he didn't just lay across it. They put it in and they pull it back. It's like, bam, like a bullwhip to make it snap and make the sound. That's the way they would do that. He would rip his flesh 39 times. It ripped him apart. Blood was flowing out of his back and out of his sides because some of it would hit in his sides as well. And I saw that. It was horrible. Then they took him over and they gave him his cross. And he had to carry his cross. Well, the other people that were being hung up there, their crosses were carried. And by the way, their crosses were a little smaller than his because they were doing something different with Jesus. And he got up there, and then the centurion came along and he started carrying his cross for him. And God is looking down on this, watching his only son. Now, let me tell you something. He knew the pain that Jesus was going through. He understood that. God saw that, and it hurt God. But he knew it had to be done. This was his only son coming in the flesh. And the people that he came to save are the ones that are killing him. I want you to think about what that's like. Now, I might die for you, but I will not give up my son for you. I'm sorry, I won't do that. I'll die for you, but I'm not going to let my son do it. He let his son do this for us. He loves us so much. Unbelievable. So Jesus carries the cross up there. And then they set it down, and there's this big hole that they had dug, and there's a whole bunch of rocks around there that they're going to put in that hole eventually. And they take Jesus and they lay him down on the cross. Jesus knew exactly what they were going to do. And he puts his arms out. They didn't pull his arms up. He put his arms out. And after he put his arms out, then they grab his arms. And they're like holding it down. They're laughing at him. They're spitting on him. They're calling him names. And they sit there and hold his hands open. And as they hold his hands open and they're sitting there, and he got his hands, and his hands are completely open. And then they take the end of that little spike that they're going to, not little, it wasn't little, take the end of that spike and they tap on it a little bit to make it so it's not quite as sharp, because they're going to hit it into that wood, and they don't want that wood to split. And then they put it right over top of the palm of his hand, and then they start pounding it in there. And as they pound it into the palm of his hand, every time it hit, he would just wince. He'd And I watched it. Tears were running down his face. But he didn't want them to know how bad it hurt. He sucked it up, so to speak, and then he'd take his other hand, and he'd do the same thing with it. Then he took his feet and put one foot over top of the other. Now this was terrible to watch because that spike was bigger. And they started pounding it, and the foot would start to slip off, and they'd hold the foot on it, and other people trying to hold it, and they'd start pounding it. It's hard to get it through the foot. Then it goes through the foot, and it goes into the other foot. And then it goes out through the sole of the feet, and then it goes into the cross, and pounds into the cross, until they leave about this much out, so his foot could slide a little bit. But the head was pounded, and it was squared off head almost. It was much bigger, so it wouldn't come off, but that's what they did to him.